Okie dokie artichoke. Let's make sure that everything is working a-okay so that everyone can hear the words that we say when we're streaming on Twitch. Is it working good? It would seem so. It would seem so. Excellent, 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 excellent. Hi there, folks. I'm Uncle Game Boy, and what are we doing right now? What is this? Well, we're playing a game you're probably familiar with because it's one of the most crazy good-selling games ever. Everyone's owned it. There's like 800 different versions of it. You know it. You love it. It's called Skyrim. So, and this is read everything mode, where we read everything in the game. Yes, everything. Let me, before we get started, let me just explain the rules real quick about how this works. Oof. Ugh, sorry. Okay, let's see. Read everything rules. Okay. So, first of all, I have to look for every book that I can. I have to do thorough searches for books. Basically, look everywhere for them. Can't be accused of trying to avoid any books. So I'm going to be looking for all the books that I can. Exhausting my searches for books as much as possible. I don't know if I'm going to resort to thievery to find books and stealing and whatnot. That seems like it one, doesn't agree with my morals, and two, would actually, I could spend so much time sneaking around and trying to skulk about trying to get one specific book that in that time I could have read like fucking 10 books. So it might be counterintuitive to the whole idea of reading as much of the material that the good people at Bethesda have put into the game Skyrim, but nobody on Earth has bothered to read. But I'm going to read it. Most people out there playing video games doing whatever they can to avoid reading. Not me. So the second rule is we must read any new books that are found in their entirety when they are found. Blah. Why did I think this was a good idea? You must read any new books that are found in their entirety when they are found, like right on the spot. Can't read them later or anything. You gotta, if you find a book and it's a new book, you read it, you read all of it, and then you move on to the next new book. And once I finish a book, I'll add it to my list of Skyrim books, my alphabetical list of books, so that if I'm sure I'll be reading so much stuff that it'll be hard to even know what the fuck is going on. And if I could get halfway through a fucking book from I've already fucking read this before. So I'm going to have an alphabetical list of titles that I'll be adding all the books I'm reading to make sure I don't unnecessarily reread stuff. And I can only stop when search for new reading material in a given area is exhausted. Pretty simple rules. But we'll just have to see how it goes. This is Skyrim Read Everything mode, brought to you by Uncle Game Boy, doing the most innovative, groundbreaking stuff on Twitch. Like reading in a damn video game? Yes, I'm going to do it. But first we got to get through the beginning of the game, so let's go. Ooh, man, I'm already sweating like a hog. Okay.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
I put the subtitles on. Though. Remember when I did that? And they are on. The general subtitles? 2 seconds in and it's already so fucking fucked up.
Walked right into that Imperial ambush.
I don't know why he doesn't have subtitles.
And that thief over there. Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the general subtitles now because I think... Wait, no. I think it figured out whatever it's doing. I was hoping I could do this without the fan on, but I might need it on. I'm just fucking sweating, honey. I'm sweating. I'm so nervous.
They hadn't been looking for you.
It's a very innovative idea for Twitch, but I want it to go well.
You and me.
My introductions are always really, really bad. I never know how to introduce things. I even had notes to here's the rules, here's how it goes, this is what I'm doing, and even then I was just like, yeah. I fuck everything up. I'm terrible at everything, but I'm still gonna fucking try. Alright? And hopefully the rest of this goes better. Use R to look around.
Captured you. Oh God, where are they taking us?
Why are only some of the things they're saying subtitled?
But God's avant-garde.
I know these games are kind of like, you know, buggy and shit, but come on, guys. We just fucking got out the door here and we're already tripping over our own fucking feet
Horse thief?
or something.
Why do you care? A Nord's last thoughts should leave home. Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Now I feel like I gotta turn the general subtitles back on again because they're not. I'm just gonna leave them on. All subtitle options.
Over with.
Come on, honey. Show the subtitles.
Sure. Marl, Debella, Kinnarev, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
There's no God to save you here, honey.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Dalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this. This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Elod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny. When I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Where are they going?
We need to go inside.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Yes, Papa.
Get these prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Why are we stopping? Why do you think? End of the line. Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us. No, wait! We're not rebels! Face your death with some courage, thief. You've got to tell them we weren't with you! This is a mistake!
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Jarl
Hey,
of
boo.
Windhelm.
What's up, sweetie?
It has been
What's
an
up, baby?
honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Come here. Yeah, little girl.
Of Riverwood.
We're doing Skyrim read everything mode. You want to help?
Lokir of Rorikstead.
No, I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward.
You look special somehow, like you're the main character of a video game.
Who are you?
If I just, I picked a guy who looks exactly like the guy I was just sitting next to. Yeah. I'm not gonna try too hard. Who am I gonna? What kind of guy am I gonna be? What kind of guy? What kind of guy would be a guy who would read every damn thing in the whole world of Tamriel? Huh? Someone who's like a fucking highfalutin intellectual motherfucker type. In addition to their quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft, even the humblest of Hyrok's Bretons can boast a resistance to magic. Bretons can call upon the dragon skin power to absorb spells. No. I don't... God damn. God damn. Natives of Cyrodiil, they have proved to be shrewd diplomats and traders. They are skilled with combat and magic. Anywhere gold coins might be found, Imperials always seem to find a few more. They can call upon the voice of the Emperor to call an enemy. Oh, man. Elves got it rough in this world. I guess I'll be this guy. Imperial. Oh my... Okay, good. Skin tone. White as the day is long, just like me. Head. Gross head. Gross head covered in dirt. Scars all over. Scars and dirt all over his pockmarked face. Nose busted. Cheek height way up. Seems to have no noticeable impact. Eyes. Those eyes. Brow. Yeah. Yeah, he's a some sort of owl sorcerer or something. He's the owl man from fucking Batman. Owl guy. Mouth shape. Hair. Where's cornrows? Where's cornrows? Okay, well, he's gonna have the captain's cut. He's lost hair from. Never mind. Even in a world of fiction and fantasy, the notion of being a bald man fills me with disgust. They're all so good looking. I guess this one, this one, facial hair. Yeah, he's got fucking. Here we go. And we're done. Yes. His name is Worm. As in bookworm, because he loves to read. A lot of people say that, like, you know, they pick up, like, I like to do things differently. That's kind of my whole thing with Twitch and what I'm doing on Twitch, is I like to, like, see the directions everyone else is going in and go a different direction, a more innovative, more interesting direction, you know? Everyone, like, when they find a book in this game, they just treat it like a fucking wooden ladle. Oh, that's just a piece of garbage to me, they say, and they throw it away. Oh, that's not an enchanted sword. What fucking use do I have for that in this game? Well, you know what? Some of us actually have a use for literature and actually using it to enrich our lives and grow as people. I know, crazy idea, right? But I'm just crazy enough to make it fucking happen, okay? I do things my own way. A lot of people, they're like, oh, the only freaking way to play this game is as a stealthy, sneaky little rat shooting people with arrows from far away. I have no fucking clue what you're fucking talking about, alright? I go sword and shield, restoration magic, I go fucking rushing in there like Alexander the Great, and I fucking bust your ass to fucking splinters. That's what I do, and that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna be seeing honorable combat, you're gonna be seeing intellectual development, and a voracious and insatiable appetite for literature. It's going to be incredible. This is Skyrim Read Everything mode. And we hope you'll join us. You hope you'll join us, and you'll enjoy and join us as well. I hope that anyone will join us, anyone at all. Oh my goodness. But you know what? If you don't, it's fine. It's fine.
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the renegade from
Innovative, groundbreaking, transgressive even work doesn't always go appreciated in its time. Hello.
I said next.
Welcome to Skyrim Read Everything mode, where I read every single fucking thing I find in Skyrim. This game just started yet, so I haven't been able to find any books yet, but as I'm sure you're aware, this place is fucking lousy with fucking all sorts of shit that you can read that nobody ever bothers to even look at twice. They're just like, oh, it's just like a wooden ladle. I'll just throw that away. Me? No. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read every single damn thing here. I'll cut my head off? I don't think so, honey. My friend the dragon has some words to say with you about that. And about my destiny. And about my incredible destiny. Just keeps coming. Alright. This place is all fucked up. What the fuck is going on here? Well, I'm gonna read every damn book in the game if I can. That's crazy. I applaud you for that. Most people they don't even look twice at them. They just look at it as another piece of trash to you know, get in the way of them finding enchanted swords and shields and armors and whatnot. But I think there could actually be a lot of enriching material there, and I'm looking forward to educating myself on it. What the fuck? Well, do I go this way?
See the inn on the other side.
You sure?
Roof and keep going.
All right, if you say so. Yeah. It's one of the greats, one of the classic video game greats. They need to make another one already, though. Get the Elder Scrolls 6 out there already.
You need to get over here. Now.
When this freaking game even come out?
Attaboy. You're doing great. Toro!
This triangle keep jump. Oh Jesus!
Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius and
Ow,
join
shit.
the defense.
God's guide you, Hathor.
Stay close to the wall!
Toshul.
Quickly, follow me!
Give me a hand. I'm getting you out. Into the keep, soldier. We're leaving.
It's you and me, prisoner. Stay close.
Nothing kills it. Keep your eyes
Bela,
on it.
you damn traitor! Out of my way!
We're escaping, Hathor. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine, I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovngarde.
Into the keep.
With me, prisoner. Let's go.
I have a name. My name is Worm. Okay. As in bookworm. Like, oh, I see why they named you Worm, because you're a lowly little fucking worm. It's like, no, because of Bookworm, because I love books so much, and I'm such a voracious and eager reader. It's very rude of you to say that that's why I'm called Worm.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it.
No.
That thing was a dragon. No doubt.
Oh, that's what that was.
Just like
Okay.
the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You may as well take Gunnar's gear. He won't be needing it anymore.
Thank you for your service.
Uh,
Wait, how
Get that armor on, and give that axe a few swings.
do I... Fuck, I forgot. There we go, okay. Items, weapons... And it's all coming back to me now. Yes. Here we go.
I'm going to see if I can find some way out.
Yeah, chop, motherfucker.
Let's see about that gate.
I got it.
Damn. No way to open this from our side.
Well, if I keep doing this, I think it'll get open.
It's the Imperials. Take
Well,
cover.
okay.
Get this gate open.
Have at you!
Put you down.
Kill cam.
Maybe one of these Imperials
Badass.
have the key. Let's see here.
Does she have any books on her?
Here we are.
Oh, she's got some other things.
Found the key. Let's see if it opens that door.
Oh. It's like kind of a lateral move. Let's see. Boots with the fur? How do they compare to the Imperial boots? Oh, Imperial boots are far better. It's been said that the Imperials make finer boots than the Northern peoples. Here we go. Oh, it tells you. It tells you if it's better. Okay. It's all coming back to me now. All right, what do we do now, buddy?
Come on.
All right.
Let's
I
get out
keep
here
thinking
before the
squares
dragon
X.
brings the whole tower down on our heads.
Yo, after we're all done with this, can you point my ass to the library? Because this is read everything mode. I have to read books. Like, I understand we're in sort of dire circumstances, but I'm playing this game to read books, primarily, not fight dragons or whatever the hell all this is. So once we're done with all this nonsense, just point me to the closest library, please.
Grab everything important and let's move. Dragon's burning everything to the ground. I just need to gather some...
Uh-oh.
Die, dog.
What'd you fucking call me? Oh, no dog here, buddy. Maybe, no, actually, I am a fucking dog. I'm a fucking junkyard dog, buddy. I'm gonna fucking bite your fucking neck open. Yeah, dude, I am a dog. I'm a fucking Rottweiler. I'm a fucking pit bull, buddy. You fucking go for the neck.
We'll need them.
Yeah, call me a dog. Call me a dog now, motherfucker. Call me a dog now, motherfucker, huh? Is there any books in here? Huh? No, that's a rabbit. Come on. Any books in this nooks? No? In the cupboard, perhaps? Charcoal, roll of paper? If only there was something written on it that would be of use to me, but alas. Okay, fine. No books. No books, I guess. In the barrel? Plenty of potions I see, but no books for me, unfortunately. Maybe in this sack of largeness. No. Oh, my goodness. Come on, I'm on live camera. Why you gotta have itchy ears right now? What on earth? Jesus fucking Christ. We are in the hands of an evil, confusing God who's constantly conspiring against us. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, forgive me if I don't take your word for it. I have to look thoroughly just to make sure. But I'm not doubting you. I just want to make sure for myself.
Troll's blood. It's a torture room.
God, what are these fucking sick Imperial fucks getting up to in here? What do you who do I go after? The torturer. Ah, fuck you.
Oh well. Must have run off.
Was Jarl Ulfric with
What the
you?
hell are they doing in here?
No. I haven't seen him since the dragon showed up.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cave.
Is it a book?
It's locked.
No, it's a fucking iron mace. Whatever. That'll do. Maybe there's words scratched on it I can read.
Grab anything useful and let's go.
I'll write this. Use L to rotate the lockpick, then R to rotate the lock. The closer the pick is... There's a book where the guards came from? Oh, yeah? Where? Ah, thank you, man. Thank you. The Book of the Dragonborn. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. The Book of the Dragonborn. You got to write that one down. So I have to make a list of everything I write, or read, rather. Read everything edition. Read everything mode. The Book of the... Oh, shit. Okay, we'll have to go back then. You're fucking really holding my ass to task, man, and I appreciate it. I'll have to go back there. But first I got to read this one. Because the rules are we got to read everything. Mixed unit tactics. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. Thank you very, very much. Mixed unit tactics. The Book of the Dragonborn by Prior Emmeline Madrine, Order of Talos, Wayon Priory, year 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are, of course, ruled by the Dragonborn emperors, but the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject near and dear to our hearts, and in this book I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn down through the ages. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the covenant of Akatosh, when the blessed Saint Alicia was given the amulet of kings and the dragon fires in the temple of the One were first lit. Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart and blessed Saint Alicia with the blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alicia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving Aelids. Aelids. Unquote. Ooh, jeez. Those blessed by Akatosh with the dragon blood became known more simply as Dragonborn. The connection with the rulers of the empire was thus there from the beginning. Only those of the dragon blood were able to wear the amulet of kings and light the dragon fires. All the legitimate rulers of the empire have been dragonborn. The emperors and empresses of the first Cyrodiilic Empire, founded by Alicia, Ramon Cyrodiil and his heirs, and of course Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor, His Majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars and those of us dedicated to the service of the blessed Talos, who was Tiber Septim. Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not a simple matter of heredity. Being the blessing of Akatosh himself, it is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. Those who become emperor and light the dragon fires are surely dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulet and the lighting of the fires. But were they dragonborn and thus able to do these things, or was the doing the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both and neither, a divine mystery. The line of Septims have all been dragonborn, of course, which is one reason the simplistic notion of it being hereditary has become so commonplace. I gotta tell you, the font choice, like this, it's gonna be harder than I thought, because the fucking font choice is like, I don't know. I was reading everything in Death Stranding before, and the font choice was just a lot more forgiving. I understand it's like, oh, it's supposed to look like an old text. Oh, so the weathered pages to the yellowed pages of old. I get it, but like still, it's like, it's fucking just harder to read. But we know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There is also no evidence that Ramon Cyrodiil was descended from Alicia, although there are many legends that would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Ramon and likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the Emperor's bodyguards, originated in Akaviri crusaders who invaded Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events at Pale Pass bear this out, and the Akaviri were the first to proclaim Ramon Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. I think you're right. I think eventually I'll get more acclimated to it. Yeah. In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most. I mean, I sure hope so. In fact, In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most to promote his standing as emperor, although Ramon himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course, there is no known hereditary connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course the imperial succession itself means that at the very least there are two or more potential Dragonborn at any time, the current ruler and his or her heirs. The history of the Blades also hints at this, although little is known of their activities during the interregnum between Ramon's empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. Many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were or might be Dragonborn during this time. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten. In these days when dragons are a distant memory, we forget that in the early days being Dragonborn meant having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally, although the exact significance is not known. The Nords tell tales of Dragonborn heroes who were great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of dragons they killed. Indeed, it is well known that the Akaviri sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Ramon Cyrodiil's Dragon Guard, again the connection to dragons, the direct predecessor to the blades of today. I leave you with what is known as the prophecy of the Dragonborn. It often said to originate in an Elder Scroll. I guess that's grammatically correct. I wasn't sure if it was a typo at first. It often said to originate in the elders in the It often said to originate in an Elder Scroll, although it is sometimes also attributed to the ancient Akaviri. Many have attempted to decipher it, and many also have believed that its omens had been fulfilled and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. I make no claims as an interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortal kind has yet to be fully understood. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, when the brass tower walks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the World Eater wakes, and the wheel turns upon the last Dragonborn. Wow. Incredible. Alright, we got lockpicks, we got healing, we got fucking all the knowledge of the Dragonborn, but we don't have all the books yet. There's apparently a book back here somewhere I didn't notice called, I think, like the basics of training or something. I forget what my boy said. Let's see. Hopefully I can find it and it's just laying out in the open or something. That's it. Okay. Like, no. Back farther. Keep in mind, even though I am an intellectual, guided by a thorough thirst for knowledge, I am... Oh, there we go. Nice. There we go. Thank you very much. Almost was going to tell you know what? I got to give up. Ugh. Been looking for 3 minutes, and I'm ready to give up. Yep. I just found... Thank you, New Age. Thank you very, very much. You were making all this possible. I really appreciate it. Mixed Unit Tactics in the 5 Years' War, Volume 1 by Codus Colonis. Codus Colonis. Teach me how to fight, buddy. The legions could learn from the unconventional tactics used by the Khajiit in the 5 Years' War against Valenwood. I was stationed at the Sphinxmuth Legion fort on the border near Dune and witnessed many of the northern skirmishes firsthand. The war started with the so-called Slaughter of Torval. The Khajiit claimed that the Bosmer invaded the city without provocation and killed over 1,000 citizens before being driven off by reinforcements from a nearby jungle tribe. The Bosmer claimed that the attack was in retaliation for Khajiit bandits who were attacking wood caravans headed for Valenwood. In the spring of the Third Era 396, the war moved closer to Fort Sphinxmuth. I was posted on lookout and saw parts of the conflict. I later spoke with both Khajiit and Bosmer who fought in the battle, and it will serve as an excellent example of how the Khajiit used a mixture of ground and tree units to win the war. The Khajiit began the fight in an unusual way by sending tree-cutting teams of Cathay Rot and the fearsome Senche Rot, or Battle Cats, into the outskirts of Balinwood's forests. When the word reached the Bosmer that trees were being felled, allegedly a crime in the strange Bosmeri religion, a unit of archers were dispatched from larger conflicts in the south. The Bosmer were thus goaded into splitting their forces into smaller groups. The Bosmer archers took up positions in the remaining trees, whose branches were now 20 or more feet apart, allowing some light into the forest floor. The Bosmer bent the remaining trees with their magics into small fortifications from which to fire their bows. When the tree cutters arrived the next morning, a half-dozen Khajiit fell to the Bosmer arrows in the first volley. After that, the Khajiit took large wooden shields from the backs of the Senche Rot and made a crude shelter. The Khajiit, even the enormous Senche Rot, were able to hide between the shelter and one of the larger trees. When it became apparent that the Khajiit would not leave their shelter, some Bosmer chose to descend and engage the Khajiit swords to claw. When the Bosmer were nearly upon the shelter, one of the Khajiit began playing on a native instrument of plucked metal bars. This was a signal of some kind, and a small group of the man-like Ohms and Ohms Rot emerged from covered holes on the forest floor. Although outnumbered, they were attacked from behind by surprise and won the ground quickly. The Bosmer archers in the trees would have still won the battle were they not having troubles of their own. A group of Dagi and Dagi Rot, two of the less common forms of Khajiit who live in the trees of the Tenmar forest, jumped from one tree to another under a magical cover of silence. They took up positions in the higher branches that could not hold a Bosmer's weight. When the signal came, they used their claws and either torches or spells of fire, accounts from the two survivors I spoke with vary on this point, to distract the archers while the battle on the ground took place. A few of the archers were able to flee, but most were killed. Apologies. Apparently, the Dagi and Dagi Rot have more magical ability than is widely believed if they were able to keep themselves magically silenced for so long. One of the surviving Bosmer told me that he saw a few ordinary cats among the Dagi and even claimed that these ordinary cats are known as Alfik, and that they were spellcasters. But Bosmer are almost as unreliable as the Khajiit when it comes to the truth. Ain't that so? And I cannot believe that a house cat can cast spells. At the end of the day, the Khajiit lost perhaps a half-dozen fighters out of a force of no more than 4 dozen, while the Bosmer lost nearly an entire company of archers. The survivors were unable to report back before a second company of archers arrived, and this strategy was repeated again with similar results. Finally, a much larger force was sent, and the Bosmer won that battle with the help of the native animals of Valenwood. That third skirmish and the Khajiit response I will discuss in the second volume of the series. Well, hopefully we find that soon, because I am intrigued. I love reading about battles, stratagems, and stuff like that. I've read the freaking Peloponnesian Wars and the campaigns of Alexander. This is similarly very illuminating and exhilarating reading material. All right. My friend is very frustrated with my lackadaisical attitude regarding this, but I want to learn more about this incredible and fascinating world that I find myself in. And now that I know more about the Dragonborn and the Khajiit Bosmer military strategies and how they differ, which strategies are superior over the other, I feel like I can move on with my mission. I'm sure that knowledge will come in handy. I'm sorry for taking so long. I know. And I would like to tell you that that's the end of it, but it's not. I can guarantee this is going to happen again and again and again. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're a little too late to help these guys, I guess. Rel off.
wait until General Tullius arrives.
Uh-oh.
I'm not waiting to be killed by a dragon. We need to fall back.
Don't worry. You don't get to worry about the dragon, honey. There are way more deadly things out there than the dragon, let me tell you. I forget how you fucking run this. I got this. I got this. Motherfucker. Come here, you fucker. Yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. You fucking bitch. Just in case, just in case. As far as I know, I'm the one guy on Earth who does not play this with a bow and arrow and like a stealth build. I'm like full on sword, shield, restoration magic, rush in there, bash shit up. Every fucking YouTube video I've watched is like, oh, this is the only way to play the game, right? And I'm like fucking grinding my teeth the whole time. Like, no. I play it quite differently. As you'll see, as you can clearly see, with your skills and shit, fucking, it got fucking every fucking goddamn thing you can do in this game. Look at all this fucking crap you can do. You can do heavy armor, you can do smithing, you can do illusion. I took some of the arrows. I took some of them, but I'm not gonna need them. I don't go arrow mode. I not to denigrate anyone who does. I know that that's what many people prefer to do. I like to fight in a way that I would say is a more honorable way of fighting, with a sword and a shield and getting right up in there, mixing it all up. But I'll take the arrows just in case. You never know. You never know. It's nice. You know, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That's a good point. Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah. You could not be more right. I'm not thinking smart. All right, Rolwolf or whatever. Where are we going? Where are you? Okay. I'm right behind you, man.
That doesn't go anywhere. Guess we better try this way.
Yeah, I guess so. I was like, this looks like a place where evil spiders would be, and yes, of course, there they are. Your stamina is low, which may prevent you from sprinting or using power attacks. Drink a potion or wait for it to recover. It recovers a lot slower than I remember it to. Nice. But it's been a minute since I played this. Egg sack. Okay. It's unlikely, but nope, no books. No books. No books in the egg sack.
Come on, hurry up.
Rail off? Cool it, alright? Cool it. I'm doing a lot of the fucking heavy lifting here, okay?
Hold up. There's a bear just a bit.
So what?
See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now.
Alright, you insist.
Just take it nice and slow. And watch where you step.
Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow. Might take her by surprise.
Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back.
Yeah, just a bear. I very much appreciate you letting me know when there are or aren't books, because as previously illustrated, I did not do a thorough enough search. I was like, no books here, move on. And you were like, nah. You were right to tell me so. So I very much appreciate it.
That looks like the way out. I knew we'd make it.
Wait!
No. No survival mode. Steal
There he
from
goes.
him.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. Better clear out of here. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood.
Oh, you got a sister, huh?
I'm sure she'd help you out. It's
Yeah, I
probably
bet she
best
could
if
help
we
me
split
out.
up. Good luck.
She's single?
I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Girder. Now, gird my loins for meeting Girder. She sounds like a wonderful woman.
You know,
Bless
you
you,
should go to
sweetie.
Windhelm and join the fight.
Sneezing a lot, Bubba.
You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
Where is it? Like in the dungeon I was just at, or like? I don't have telepathy. I haven't even leveled up yet. Yeah. I gotta say, man, it seems like you know this game like the back of your damn hand. That's
See
pretty
that ruin
impressive.
up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. I never understood how my sister could stand living in the shadow of that place. I guess you get used to it.
Oh, okay.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead. See for yourself.
I'm the warrior. I take the warrior. Under the sign of the warrior, you learn all the combat skills 20% faster. Hell yeah.
Warrior. Good. Those stars will guide you to honor and glory.
Exactly. Honor and glory. That's what it's all about.
Remember, this isn't Stormcloak territory. If we're ahead of the news from Helgen, we should be fine. As long as we don't do anything stupid. If we run into any Imperials, just let me do the talking.
I am an Imperial, though. I know my face is all covered in shit and scars and acne scars as well, but I'm underneath all that. I'm a noble Imperial. If you insist.
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
You're a slippery one, aren't you? Come on, Ralof. Let's go meet that sister of yours. Gerda, was it? Gerda sounds Gerda to me. Wolves. This place looks like there's gonna these people look like they're fucking erudite literary folk.
What? What is it now, Mother?
Girder.
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrel.
Where'd you go, Ralof? Oh.
If you keep on like this, everyone in town
Gerda.
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
To be here. We
Gerda.
heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerda, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened?
Yeah, I was like, I guess they just totally didn't smell my ass. Yeah.
Not the comrade yet, but the friend. I owe him my life, in fact. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Pod, come here a minute. I need your help with something.
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
Pod, just come here.
1 second.
Rayloff, what are you doing here? Ha, I'll be right down.
Uncle Raylan, can I see your axe? How many heroes have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric Stormcloak?
Hush, Frodo. This is no time for your games. Go and watch the South Road. Come find us if you see any Imperial soldiers.
Aw, Mama. I want to stay and talk with Uncle Raylan.
Look at you. Almost a grown up. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Raylan. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Okay. 1 second. 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 Okay, okay. I had to feed my cat. Now,
Now, Ray,
let's get back to it.
what's going on? You two look pretty well done in. I can't remember when I last slept. Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside.
It's true, all of it.
Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start
Then a
chopping.
freaking dragon showed up.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people.
Okay, cool. I'll go check that out right after this. I was saying, like, after this part, we're gonna go look for some damn books. So thank you very much.
Nowhere.
Down the river by a fishing pole.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up
They
the
say
south.
dragons are assholes, but this one was actually kind of cool.
Good.
This one actually kind of helped our ass out, if I'm being honest.
I hate to put your family in danger, Gergen, but
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Raylord's...
You let me worry about the Imperials. I got them.
Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
I was gonna take a ring. I'm like, no, don't take a ring. That's
There is
unkind.
something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If
It's
you
funny
do
because
that,
I know their
everything
accent is
you're
supposed to
doing.
sound like, yeah, I figured there's probably some around there. Yeah, it's supposed to sound like
They all
Nordic
get
or
back to
whatever,
work before I miss.
but it sounds like they sound like Israeli
Anyone
when they
else is
talk,
ready.
especially her.
If Ulfric
don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric's stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and, show them where everything is.
help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good
She's
luck.
not wrong.
I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know how to lay low.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
All right. That's it. That's the book. Ah, line and lure. Everything you ever needed to know about fishing. Hold on. I forgot. I think I forgot to write down the other book I read, the basic tactics one. Line and lure. Okay. Line and Lure by Alan Seabird. Oh, shit. Mixed unit tactics, what it was called. Not basic tactics. You call those fucking tactics of the Bosmer basic? No, those are mixed unit tactics, okay? Those fucking advanced shit. Alright. Anyway, Line and Lure by Alan Seabird. Jesus. My name is Alan Seabird. My fame, or lack thereof, is irrelevant. I am not writer. As it so happens, my wife gave me this quill when I retired. She called it a gift. To me, it is a burden, but I suppose many teachers feel the same weight. If I were to walk the bridge to Sovngarde, I would take all my knowledge with me, hard lessons learned from decades fishing the waters of Skyrim. In my life, I've fished in waters open and deep, amid storms no mortal dare brook. I've ventured down bottomless caves and challenged the monsters of the deep with my hook. I have seen them all and caught them all, be it fish, monster, or boot. With this guide, I will teach you how to do the same. Chapter 1. The Rod. Just as a warrior needs a sword and a blacksmith a hammer, the first thing any aspiring fisherman needs is a rod. You can find one at a general goods store or left behind on boats and docks by other fishermen. that have come before you. When you obtain one, wield it like you would a weapon, swinging it this way and that. Get a feel for its balance and weight. It must become an extension of your body and mind. Chapter 2, supplies. You know, this I like. Really, really short chapters. This is like reading a Dan Brown novel. Chapters are like fucking 2 pages long. Once you have a rod, you will next need supplies. This includes bait and other essentials to capture the fish once it's been reeled close to the shore. However, you need not bring your own. It is customary in Skyrim to leave fishing supplies by waters where the fish are plentiful. To find a set of fishing supplies, it is to be met with a greeting, a hearty hello from one fisherman to another. When you are done, you will leave these supplies for the next fisher. Such is the way. Okay, so when I first started reading this, I thought this was not a typo, because it's like, I am not writer. And it's like, well, yeah, I can tell. But based off of how everything else is written, it doesn't seem like it's like none of it else is written in that sort of broken grammar. It's like, I think that is a genuine error. Like, I don't know, just having to be the first sentence of the paragraph is kind of crazy. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, okay, I did read that. Okay. Chapter 3, casting the line. When you are ready to fish, bait your hook using... I keep thinking it says book. When you are ready to fish, bait your hook using the fishing supplies. Then, cast your line with vigor and allow the hook to sink below the surface. So, oh, they are? Okay, so I was wrong. Okay, yeah, all right. The art of fishing is one of patience and focus. In particular, it requires the concentration of 2 senses, sight and touch. It just seems like someone saying the art of fishing is one of patience and focus seems too eloquent for somebody who would start a sentence saying, I am not writer. It's like, those seems counterintuitive or whatever. I don't even know if that's the right word. Oh shit. Okay. You might ask, how can one know if there are nearby fish for the taking? It is no different than the way moths are drawn to a flame. When your bait lands on the surface of the water, nearby fish will excitedly converge. The ripples on the surface will quickly announce their presence. Watch for these ripples carefully. The more the water stirs, the more plentiful the number of fish. In contrast, a quiet surface, when your line hits the water, will tell you there are no more fish to catch, and you must return in a day's time. They're really outlining it for you. In time, you will learn to tell fish apart based on the tug on your line. You will know the difference between a river Betty's curious nibble and a carp's eager pull. Chapter 4, reeling it in. When you have hooked your fish, the time for patience and serenity is over. Now come the throes of war. Your fish will thrash as it fights for its life, but you must keep your grip firm and your mind focused as you reel your line and pull in your catch. Once you have reeled it in, the fish is yours. Scale it, cook it, and consume it how you please. Depending on your custom, there are different rituals to follow, but for all fishermen, a catch is always cause for celebration. Chapter 5, the rare and unusual catch. Different fish are native to different climates. If you seek a variety of fish, do not stay in one place. Temperate lakes and streams to the south will hook you a different catch than snow-fringed ponds and pitch-black caverns. When you seek a fish that is seldom caught, the uncommon and rare fish that fishermen brag about until long in their years, your best bet is to fish when the sun is low on the horizon. Dawn and dusk offer the best chance to catch these elusive creatures. If you seek the very rarest of fish, special rods are required. Seek the advice of those in the rift and fishery. Follow their guidance and wisdom, just as you've done with me. Of course, not every catch will feed your belly. Some may fill your coin purse, while others have interesting uses to those who brew potions. In my travels, I have even heard tall tales of dwarven rods used to lure lost trinkets settled at the bottom of ponds and lakes. For what purpose a Nord like myself cannot know. As the world moves on, such things are lost to time. Chapter 6, in conclusion. There you have it. As I stated at the beginning of this journey, I am no writer. What is written here are not words. What? What on earth? But a piece of me. It is the callow boy who in his arrogance was nearly dragged into the water by goldfish. It is the shivering fishmonger sitting on a frozen bucket in the dead of night, praying to Kine that he will live to see the sunrise. It is the old man at the lake drinking a potion of strength, turning back time so he can hook an old foe. It is part of me, and if you heed its message, it will become a part of you. You know, he says he's not a writer. I disagree. I think he's a very eloquent, very, very good writer. He's very good at writing. Anyway, okay, I gotta figure out which. This button is run. This button is run. This button is take out your sword. Those are the ones I don't want to get mixed up. You mean just go for a light jog, then you fucking whip your weapon out and start swinging around? People are gonna get the wrong idea. I was like, I was just trying to run. I'll get it figured out eventually. Embry.
Out of my way, stranger.
All right, buddy. Sure. Nice to meet you too.
Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch.
You must have freaking potatoes in your ears. Ma'am?
You're that visitor, Ben Pope.
Heard any rumors lately?
Word is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War is only going to get worse now.
We got... Need a room? Talk to Delphine.
I'm looking for work. Got any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
I'm gonna follow. Wait. Oh, he doesn't want anything. Well, I was hoping I could sell those arrows to him. He has no use for them. All right. Now, I was told there's some damn books in here somewhere. Buddy, I need to read, okay? So you need to fucking stop your slapping on the bongo, okay? You can make it very hard to concentrate.
Give me a mug of ale.
Coming right up.
Ah, there be dragons. Okay. There be dragons. There Be Dragons by Torhol Bjork. The last known sighting of a dragon in Tamriel was in the time of Tiber Septim. He made a pact with the few remaining dragons, swearing to protect them if they would serve him. Despite his promise, dragons were still hunted and slain. It's not clear if the last ones fled Tamriel or if they were exterminated. There is no credible story of how dragons came to be. According to Dramora, that the College of Whispers have questioned, they just were and are. Eternal, immortal, unchanging, and unyielding. Okay, yeah, I figured something like that, yeah, but thank you. Let's see. Eternal, immortal, unchanging, and unyielding. They are not born or hatched. They do not mate or breed. There are no known examples of dragon eggs or dragon lings. The Iliac Bay area has stories of such things, but so far all have proven false. Oh, shit. But so far, all have proven false. The eggs turned out to be eggs of other reptiles. The small dragons were merely oversized lizards and no relation to true dragons. Although they are not born, dragons can die. During the Dragon War of the Merethic era, their numbers were decimated. The Akaviri invaders of the First Era are said to have hunted and killed scores of them before and after their defeat by Emperor Raman. Some sources say that Akaviri brought over dragon-killing spells. Others claim that they built cunning traps. One tale even speaks of a rare poison. It is well accepted that a dragon's most fearsome weapon is its fiery breath. Because they could fly overhead and rain down flaming death, archers and wizards were necessary when hunting them. It is less well known that some dragons could breathe a freezing spray of frost. The reports indicate that dragon might do one or the other, but okay. This is like the fourth time this has happened. I'm pretty sure this is a typo at this point. The reports indicate that dragon might do one or the other, but not both. That should be dragons, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Most people think of dragons as mere beasts. However, logically, they must have had language in order for Tiber Septim to have negotiated with them. Indeed, the historical record is quite clear that dragons were highly intelligent. They had their own language, but could also speak the languages of men and elves. Yes, many dragons were even fluent in Chinese. The records of Ramon's hunts contain reports of dragons that breathe or spit fire. Recently, some were unearthed that described dragons blowing freezing blasts of cold. The more fanciful tales have them summoning storms and even stopping time. These should be discounted as myths and fairy tales. Even without this most fearsome weapon, their nearly impenetrable hide and granite-like teeth and claws make them terrifying opponents. There is some confusion over when the last dragon was killed. It seems the last few vanished all at once. Some tales speak of a dragon king who devoured all of them rather than let mankind kill them. One of the more far-fetched stories has Tiber Septim absorbing. One of the more far-fetched stories has Tiber Septim absorbing their essences when he ascended to godhood. Although the exact cause is unknown, they are all gone. No dragon has been seen for centuries. Correction. I think I saw one like fucking 10 minutes ago. Although the exact cause is unknown, they're all gone. No dragon has been seen for centuries. There are a few known examples of dragon bones fused with the stone and rocks and cliffs and caves. Just enough proof to make the stories undeniable. And that's the end of the book. And another one in the bag. Excellent.
That's the way you want it.
Whoa, honey. What's all this about? Oh, goodness. I didn't mean for it to go down like this. I just wanted to read your book. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait, what just happened? Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright. Shit. Well, sometimes reading can be a perilous activity. Well, I read it, so that counts. Jesus. You guys need to take it easy, alright? I'm just like, look, oh, what's this? What's this cool? This looks like an interesting subject to read about. Then everyone gets the daggers out. Next thing I know, I'm fucking trying to push my intestines back into my body. Jesus Christ. You guys, listen, I know I'm new in town, but you guys need to fucking take it easy, all right? You guys need to fucking take it easy. It's a book, all right? And I think I did take it. I did take it. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I would have gladly put it back, okay? I think maybe some words could be exchanged before we start stabbing each other. I know, man. It would have gotten me killed. I had to fucking start over. I didn't even mean to steal it. I just have such a voracious interest in literature that, like, I just don't even think about what I'm doing. And next thing I know, I've committed a terrible crime, and everyone in the town is trying to fucking murder me. Did you hear what that fucking guy did? He stole a book. Fucking slit his neck open. I want to taste his fucking blood. I want his head on a fucking spike. He stole what now? He stole what? In this town? No. You know what happens to those people. We make an example of them for everybody. Whatever. Hopefully that's the lesson. They do, man. They love them even more than I do. I thought I liked reading, but these people, they go hard. You will not take our books from us. Those are precious to us. They're precious. Oh my goodness. This everything's I just gotta stay away from here.
Alvar and we got a daughter, little Dorothy.
Well, good for
She
you.
likes to work the forge with her papa.
Oh man. It looks like a pastoral little town, but these people will fucking stab you in the guts, man. They're not as nice as they seem. Unless you rub them the wrong way. What's going on here?
No theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
Mm-hmm.
We are done talking about this. Oh,
Yeah, is there any way I can stick my big fat nose in this situation? What's going on here, guys? Is there any way I can help or exacerbate the situation? Did something happen? What's going on here, buddy?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I can help you get the claw back.
Good? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back.
Yeah,
You're going to get those thieves.
I prefer books, but perhaps I can buy books with those coins. Sure.
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
No, I... By the 8, fine.
You
but
fucked
only
up,
to
buddy.
the edge of town.
This way.
What have I got myself wrapped up in now?
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings. Those thieves must be mad hiding out there.
Yeah, I need to go in. Yeah,
Rooms are filled with nothing
I'll try to be careful. Just look at them. Don't pick them up. Here we go. Yeah. Thank you. Oh my god, we got a lot of stuff to read here. Okay, just read it. Don't pick it up. Don't steal. Never steal. Songs of the Return, Volume 2. Okay. Don't press X. Do not press X. Our great Lord Ysgramor, the harbinger of us all, did then send forth his two beloved sons, with him the only other survivors of the brutalities of Sarthal, to seek out the bravest warriors of the land and mount the great return. Yongal and Yilgar they were called, and they were known among Atmora as fine warriors with bright eyes and dawning features. Yingol, the elder, was the brave strategist, bringing his learnings to bear on the battlefield that his enemies would be defeated before they even know the battle had begun. Yilgar, the younger, was possessed of an unwavering spirit that drove his singular prowess to overwhelming feats in war. Together, the mind and the arm, they were capable of sowing a destruction most thorough and glorious to any foe who would stand before them. Before they parted ways to gather their crews, the two clasped arms and necks in the old fashion and laughed at the heavens for their stories to come. Young Yilgar then took to the massive shipyards of Yigilkerfurk in the southern point and commissioned 2 ships for himself and his brother. He would command the Darumzu and his brother the Harak, thus carrying the names of the 2 favored stars to their heavens. The shipmakers' spirits had been suitably filled by Ysgramor's tales of the savage elves, and they set about to birth ships that befit their noble homeland. Arrangements having been made, Ilgar set forth to the academies of honored soldiers, seeking out his most trusted friends and advisors to join him by the venture of the return. By now, the stories of the new land to the south were spreading before him, and the mere emergence of his presence was enough to cause the finest warriors to lay down their present undertakings and follow him. So was he able to call to his side the great shield sisters, Frora and Grosta, who thought and spoke as one, and they brought with them the wise war teacher Adrimic, who first taught them to dance among the blades. She in turn mustered all the students at her command, whose names were not yet made, but some of whom would one day be known. Hermisker. Hello, my name is Hermisker, who threw his shield. Erlak, who breathed fire. Ramth, I almost hit X. Don't hit X. Ramth the Greater, Milton Ramth, and the far-sighted Uchi, who would see the first of many dawns. On the day of final passage, when the many-oared fleet would last see the distant green summers of Atmora, the brothers were near in their father's wake as the freshly joined 500 would eagerly press onwards towards Tamriel. Ylgar could see his well-minded brothers smiling from afar across the waves, and they shouted war cries to each other, longing for the soon day when their assembled crews would draw the treacherous elf blood into the ground, which they would now claim for their rights, for their own rights. But Kyne's ministrations are not to be taken lightly, and though her blessings gave wind to drive those brave sailors to their destiny, so too did her mighty tears fall to drive them apart. When the storm of separation first arose, young Ylgar had no fear, for his crew was strong and able, and their ship drove true through the forest of swells as they pulled by the rope of fate. When the skies cleared and Ylgar glimpsed again with new eyes the land of his past and future home, he knew his brother's vessel was not within his horizon. The Durumzu, arriving late, drew forth onto the sands, and Ylgar rushed to his father to seek word of his brother. The great Ysgramor, harbinger of us all, wept for his lost son, and sought comfort in the arms of his only remaining joy. The crew of the Harak became the first deaths among the 500, and Ylgar so enraged with love for his brother that his crew would soon be counted as the first among the many noble and honored names in the companions. Do not steal this book. Just gingerly put it back, and everything's fine. Yes, okay, because that's volume 2. That's good. That's a pretty early one. Okay, so we've got 19 and 7, so we'll go to 7 next. Okay, we're going to get this story piecemeal, but we will get all of it. Songs of the Return, volume 7. Okay. The tale of the Jorvaskr. When at last the rightful claim of Sarthal had been retaken, driving the murderous elves back to their lofty cities, did great Ysgramor turn and let loose the fearsome war cry that echoed across all the oceans. The 500 who yet stood joined in the ovation for the The 500 who yet stood joined in the ovation for the victory and the lament for their fallen peers. It was said to be heard on the distant and chilling green shores of Atmora, and the ancestors knew their time had come to cross the seas out. As the reverberations echoed out and drowned to silence, all looked to Ysgramor, who bore the blessed Wuthrad for his next commandment. With his lungs that bellowed forth the fury of humanity, he bade them to continue their march, that the devious Mer might know the terror they had brought on themselves with their trickery. "Go forth," he roared, "into the belly of this new land. Drive the wretched from their palaces of idleness. Oblige them to squalor and toil, that they would see the betrayals as their all sin against our kind. Give no quarter, show no kindness, for they would not give nor show you the same." Our great forebear gave this order as he did not yet understand the prophecy of the twin snakes, that he would be fated to die before seeing the true destiny of his line. Hearing this, the circle of captains gathered each their crews unto themselves. From here they decreed, "We will go forth. Let each ship's band make its own way, seeking their fates to the open sun." A night spent in feasting, the oath of the companions was sworn anew with each of the 500, so they still named their count in honor of the shields that were broken at Sarthal, swearing to act as shield brother and shield sister to any of the Atmoran line where were their fates to ever again entwine. As the red hands of dawn stretched... Okay, wait. No, that's not right. Stop. Come on. There we go. Okay. As the red hands of dawn stretched from the east, so broke the 500 companions of Ysgramor, setting about their journey, sailing now across the land with waves of stone and crests of trees flowing under their footed hulls. The first to break from the ground fleet was the crew of the Jorvaskr, who had been formed of Ysgramor's closest friends. Their captain was known as Jeek of the River, so called by the Harbinger himself from their youths past in glory. When assembling their glistening hull, he sought out the labors of Menro and Manwë, who now bore the native timbers across this new land of Tamriel. Among their fiercest were Tensol, who was twice named, and Tur, his twin and shield brother, whose girth was never spoken of to his face. Yeah, they knew better. There were others too in their hand: Mexim the Walker, Brunel, who fought with his offhand, and Just the Smiler. These and others were sworn to Jeek, and they pushed forth into the shadows where yet the sun had not reached. Southwards they went by beast and by foot. Elves they found, though none remained to tell what those battles entailed. The numbers of the Jorvisker never faltered, so shrewd were they in battle, with minds as sharp as their blades. Once, as the sun beat from its high home, Jonder the Tiny, the one who ran ahead, came over the hill to tell what was seen. Amidst a vast plain his eyes had met the monument of a bird whose eyes and beak were opened in flame. When his brothers and sisters crested the hill, they too saw its glory, but they were afraid, for no elven settlement could be seen to the horizon. But this is cool. What does he sound like? Can't just sound exactly the same as the other guy. But this is not seemly, said Kuwe, who went by Loth when hitting his face. It's not this. What the fuck am I trying to do here? You know what? Fuck it. He just talks. He talks normal like. But this is not seemly, said Kuwe, who went by Lot when hiding his face. Is not this wide land fit for harvest? Why have not the elves, vile to their core, seen to exploit and tame it? They asked of their elven captives, for they had many, what they found unfit about these plains. Yet even the captives who still bore their tongues could say nothing of the valley. They looked with fear at the winged colossus. Oh, shit. No, I didn't mean to do that. No, I was just trying to read. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be an asshole. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Okay. Okay. Don't press X. Jesus. God damn it. Where were we? Yes, Jorvisker and Admiran and blah. Okay, Jonder the Tiny, I remember that. This is not seemly, said Colwyn. Why do you elves not fucking grow shit here? What's wrong with you? It looks so nice here. They looked with fear at the winged colossus, and from their babblings did the warriors of the Jorvisker learn that it was older than even the elves themselves. The elves themselves! Of those who wrought it solid from its mother stone, nothing could be said, but it was known to drive a magic almost as old as Nirn itself, some remnant of the gods' efforts to render a paradise in Mundus before the shattering of Lorcan. This first of many, this crew of the Jorvisker, heathens and ancestors to us all, feared no stories or gods. Indeed, there was something the elves feared, they would have... If there was something the elves feared, they would have it for their own. Thus began the labors once more of Menro and Manwë, whose eager hands again laid to the Atmoran wood, which had borne them all across the sea, and what was their... Oh my goodness. Thus began the labors once more of Menro and Manwë, whose eager hands again laid to the Atmoran wood, which had borne them all across the sea, and what was their ship became their shelter. There we go. As this valley became their purview until the end of all their days. Thus began the building of the great city, circled by the running of the White River, as brought forth by these beloved of Ysgramor, yet but 22 of the glorious 500 companions. Oh my goodness. What an ordeal. But it's not done yet, because you got to read fucking volume 19 also, and hopefully not steal it in the process. Hopefully. I got fucking sticky fingers. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Songs that have returned. The second tale of When When that final battle at the Barren Pass was completed and the melting snow carried elf blood back to the sea, the crew of the Kalkaz, the sodden wraith, and the most exalted crew of our lordship, the Ylgirmit, at last parted ways, never to join shields again. They drew apart in that form which is not they drew apart in that form which is not a loss, but a gain in knowing one's heart can be carried in the chests of others. So great was the love that so great was the love that those first of the 500 had for each other, and most especially for the great Ysgramor, harbinger of us all. They pressed eastward, seeking the sea, when they came upon the Barrow of Ingol, the mighty Ysgramor's son, who had fallen to the whims of kine rather than the treachery of the elves. Our Lord had not expected to lay eyes upon it again so soon, and his grief flowed anew at the sight of it, as a reopened wound will bleed as it did when first received. His eyes turned to the south, where a river met the sea, and decreed that there would His eyes turned to the south, where a river met the sea, and decreed that there would be and decreed that there would he and the crew of the Virgum. Okay. His eyes turned to the south, where a river met the sea, and decreed that there would he and the crew of the Virgamet create a great city, in monument to the glories of mankind, that from his palace he might always look upon the hill of his dear son's resting place, and feel that his line would know peace in this new home that was never known in Atmora. The elven captives were set to work, bringing forth stone to build in their conqueror's fashion. As many elves died in the building of the city as had the crew of the Ylgirmit slain while on the way to its site. And Ysgramor drove the wretches evermore to build higher, to lay claim to the river so that none might pass into the interior of this land without first showing due respect to its rightful claimant. Thus was the great bridge constructed, forever striding the river that no elf might sneak through to avenge his devious cousins. As the bridge was built long, so too was the palace built high, spires reaching the city to show dominion even over the very winds that had brought forth such a grief. In the deep hollows beneath the city, a great tomb was prepared for the day when Lord Ysgramor, harbinger to us all, would be called home to the glory in Sovngarde. But as we know, he chose instead to be buried on the shore facing towards Atmora. That though his heart lived and died in this new land, it would forever yearn for the beauties of still green Atmora before the freezing took it. Thus was founding of Windhelm, the city of kings, though her history is long and her glories did not end with her founder. Oh no. Songs of Volume 56. Oh my god, what? Oh. I was like, well, 17's got to be, I mean, they're building this city. It's like they're saying, like, oh, its glories continue. But, like, yeah, but we're basically done, right? No, there's fucking, like, 40 more volumes after that, at least. Oh, my God. All right. Let's read Volume 56. I might need to call it a day for that, because I'm starting to fucking go cross-eyed and lose my voice a little bit. I feel like I've been reading for a while. Let's see. Songs of the Return, Volume 56, the final tale of the Cryan. The final tale, the Cryan. The final tale of maybe 56 is the last volume. Let's see. The songs of the Return are eternal and numerous. For those first 500, those companions of Ysgramor who cleared the way for mankind's rightful habitation, burned with a fire not seen since those days long past. Each ship carried a crew that performed legendary feats that could feed the pride of any nation for 1,000 years. And during this time of the broadening, scores of companions wandered the land, bringing the light of the proper gods to the heathen lands of the elves and beasts. They were but mortal, though, and in time all would taste the glories of Sovngarde. It was one of the uncounted years after the retaking of Saarthal that the crew of the Cryan was declaring their fortunes in the eastern lands near the Red Mountain. They were encamped, surrounded by bodies of murderous elves. Oh my. Oh, Jesus Christ. who had attempted to make them believe they held peace in their hearts. Elves with peace in their hearts? What are you talking about? The shrewd Rorlak was the Cryans' captain, though, and would show no quarter to the liars of the Southlands, as had been commanded by his lord Ysgramor, harbinger of us all. It was in this state of carousing that they were approached by a young and breathless messenger of their sister crew from the Kal Kaz. The boy, Asgir, as his name is now sung, had ran unimaginable distance at breakneck speed from the blood-stained fields of the clouded sun to deliver the news to all who would hear. When he reached their camp, he bellowed a great sob before relieving his heart with the news that the mighty Ysgramor had breathed his last. Asgir continued his swift run to inform the other crews as quickly as they could be found, for there were many now crawling the land and rendering our legacy from their deeds, and the camp of the Cryan descended into a mourning of the most forlorn sort. Among these fires sat the bravest men and fiercest women who have ever graced the dirt of this land, and they were brought low by such a nation. While we in the day shine... While we in the day shine know only Ysgramor's glory as it gleams through history, these companions knew his might with their own eyes, and such a loss hangs so heavily on the heart that mere words cannot express the altering of their world. For indeed the stories tell that Rorlak, the most battle-hardened and unflinching of all captains, did collapse with grief, and never lifted again his mighty axe. And all around Tamriel, as the news spread as a dark cloud washes from horizon to horizon, did brilliant lights go out in silent horror of their fallen general and war leader. So ended the period of the return and the original glories of the 500 companions of Ysgramor, harbinger of us all. Okay. Yeah, look at me all you want, Lucan. I'm just fucking looking, okay? I'm just reading, okay? I'm just admiring your fucking fine collection of literature and putting it back, okay? I have no interest in taking it, all right? If I did take it at some point, it was some sort of bizarre fugue state. I literally didn't know what I was doing, okay? I literally didn't know what I was doing. I'll go back in there and make sure I fucking found everything. I mean, I know I'm very, very ugly. And you look at this guy and you're like, this guy's definitely a fucking rapist and a murderer at least. And he's not picking up those books because he just wants to look at them. I get it. But you got me all wrong, okay? It's not my fault I'm this ugly. At least not entirely my fault. Sure, I could have taken better care of my skin as when I was younger. Maybe not mouthed off so much, and then with all these facial scars. Anyway, I'm gonna look for more books. Sven and Hilda's house. What do they like to read?
What can I do for you, friend?
No, I don't know, Hilda. No, not at all.
Sure. What do you want?
I want your books. But I do not want to steal them. Let me be clear, lest you fucking... I see you reaching for your weapon, and I have no interest in stealing anything. I just want to read them. I was going to read your books, and I'll be on my way. Okay. I'm going to try something.
It's my boy Sven you need
What?
to listen to. He sings at the inn most every night.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad. Sounds like Sven's got a lot going on. But what I just want to tell you, I'm going to look in your fucking... Yeah, great. Listen, I'm just going to look in your fucking box for a minute just to see if there's any books in there. And if there are books in there, I'm just going to look at them, okay?
My boy fancies that.
Right, yes. Your boy Sven, was it? The singing Sven? Oh, take it easy now. Take it easy now, honey. I'm just letting you know I'm going to look in your end table. I'm just going to see if you have anything to read in there. It seems like a place that someone would keep a book if they were going to keep a book in their home. In the end table near their bed. Makes sense to me. I'm not stealing anything, even though I'm hitting the fucking steal command. I'm not going to take anything. Take it easy. Okay, you got line and lure, but I've already read that. And you're cool, right? Cool, great. We're cool. Now I can... Girl, okay. It's like, is Girl's Blue Dress a book? No, it's a dress. Okay.
What's happened to my Skyrim? Everywhere you look, cats, lizards, and elves.
I agree. I don't know. This country is so fucked up, man. I agree. Anyway, I gotta go. You have a good one, Hilda. I hope your son enjoys himself at the inn. You know, that book I was reading was like, oh, the small little Khajiit. The little Khajiit that look like house cats, they can't cast spells. Well, let me tell you. I got a cute little kitty over here, and she's definitely casting a spell on me. So don't tell me it's not possible, all right? She is casting a spell on me right now with her cuteness.
You are so cute, Bubba. You are so cute. You are so cute. I love you so much.
All right. Don't tell me little kitty can't cast this, but that little kitty cat's casting a spell on me, I'll tell you what. Not ashamed to admit it. Let's find some more books. Alvgor Sigrid.
You lost?
Don't mind me, ma'am. I'm not here to cause any trouble.
I'm spoken for, you know, so don't get any ideas.
Hey, all right. You know what? I like a woman who's confident. A Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun. Well, I am a gentleman, of course. I will be reading that in just a second. Hello.
Papa says I'm too friendly with strangers, but you seem alright.
I would listen to your father. Listen to your father. All right, I'm a nice guy. All right, you don't have to worry about me. But your dad's right to warn you about. You should listen to your dad. All right, he's looking out for you, and he cares about you very much. He wouldn't be telling you that if he wasn't looking out for you. I know he might seem like a fuddy-duddy, all right?
I'm his assistant.
But he's just looking out for your best interests, okay? It's a fucking crazy world out there. There's elves, there's fucking dragons. It's fucking nuts. You gotta.
Someday, I'm going to forge my own sword.
I'm just reading this book, okay? A Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun by Mikhail Bard. A Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun. Welcome, good sir, to this indispensable guide. Within these pages, I, your humble author and guide, will describe to you the great city of Whiterun, the jewel of the north. I can't do that for too long. Whiterun offers numerous diversions for the man in search of adventure, fortune, and companionship. Oh, yes, indeed. You're speaking my language. Companionship. Ooh. Oh, I've been so lonely for so long. Whiterun, help me find a friend in this life, Whiterun. Honey, would you like to spend the evening with me? Whiterun offers numerous diversions for the man in search of adventure, fortune, and companionship, whether for a night or for a lifetime. The city is graced with not one but two worthy taverns, and there are maids and wenches aplenty. Oh boy. This city is located rather centrally in Skyrim, and this is well, for it is not far from anywhere. Perched high upon a rocky hill, Whiterun dominates the grassy plains that surround it. High wooden walls protect its denizens from the wolves, mammoths, bandits, and other dangers lurking beyond. When you first enter through the city's main gate, you will find yourself in the Plains District. This is so named because it is the lowest of the city's three neighborhoods. But here can be found the Banned Mare, which I count among the finest taverns in all of Skyrim. The scenery within is quite compelling if you have an eye for the fair sex. Oh, indeed I do. A stout lass named Hulda. Ooh, Hulda. I like a strong lady, Hulda. Tends the bar. Don't let that stony Nord exterior fool you, for she is possessed of that same fiery passion that all Nord women try so hard to conceal. Ooh la la. Sadia, the barmaid, is an exotic Redguard beauty. She is quite mysterious. This is a horny-ass book, man. She is quite mysterious, and your humble author is determined to learn her secrets. Oh, my. What secrets does she keep when she's talking in her sleep, Outside the Bannered Mare is a modest... Outside the Bannered Mare is a modest marketplace, and here is where I find true love. Oh, amour. Though I would never deter a fellow hunting hound from the chase. Oh, yeah, I'm a dirty dog, man. I'm a dirty dog. Though I would never deter a fellow hunting hound from the chase, for indeed, why should I author these tomes if not to provide guidance for this very matter? I must ask that you do me this one kindness. Her name is Carlotta Valentia. Her name is Carlotta Valentia, and she is a magnificent beauty who makes a modest living selling bread and produce in the daylight hours. By the gods, I will make that feisty beauty mine someday. And of course, there are other services to be found in the Plains District. Bellathor's General Goods offers various and sundry wares for the adventurous traveler, and Arcadia's Cauldron offers what tonics and herbs one would expect from an apothecary's shop. Arcadia herself is an amiable sort. I was like, oh, now the book's not horny anymore. It's like, no, just give it a second. Arcadia herself is an amiable sort. I often visit her to make conversation, as she is a fellow Imperial far from home. She is, however, a bit old for my taste. Hey, dude. All women are beautiful, all right? Don't fucking talk like that. A gentleman wouldn't speak in such a way, if you ask me. A refined gentleman would not be speaking of a woman, whether she be young or old, in such a way. All women are to my taste, and I would like to taste every single one. They all have their own individual flavors and bouquets that can be appreciated by the right sophisticated gentleman, of course. A gentleman of advanced years might find in her a worthy companion. You know what? Try not to out yourself, all right, buddy? Should you need your blade sharpened or your armor hammered, War Maidens offers smithing services very near the main gate. The smith is a pretty Nord named Adriana Vinci, but she is married to a great hulking brute named Ulborth Warbear. Okay, well. No. I don't want to piss off Bluto. Adrian is quite fair, but I should not want to find myself being introduced to the keen edge of that husband's war axe, exactly. If married ladies are your preferred sport, then have at it. But don't say that you weren't warned. Near to the smith is the Drunken Huntsman. Here, some of the wealthier gentlemen gather to share both drink and rumors of the wide world. If you prefer a more distinguished class of company while you sip fine wine, well, you'll be well at home here. All right, thinking all these fine women is just getting me all fucking verklempt. It's getting me all fucking hot and bothered. Ooh, wow. Okay. Of the Wind District, I have little to say. Most of the buildings in this second tier of the city are residences, though there is also a temple of Kinnereth and Jorvisker, the mead hall of the companions. There are some intriguing prospects to be found in the mead hall should you favor a strong and fearless warrior woman. You will find little game at the temple, however. The priestess, Danica Purespring, is interested almost exclusively in spiritual matters. Almost exclusively. Almost. That seems like I've got an in there. And I love a challenge. A gentleman loves a challenge. And last we come to the Cloud District, exclusive domain of the Jarl's Castle. I have some merry adventures within the stone walls of Dragon's Reach, let me tell you. The serving girls are most easily impressed by a well-spoken Imperial. After all, the nights in Skyrim do grow quite cold, if you take my meaning. And I will not deny that I have visited the town's jail once or twice, which can be found in the lower levels of the palace. As for the Jarl and his court, take pains to avoid them. I find that they lack any sense of humor or appreciation for the imperial culture, besides which they are all wealthy men and so must be viewed as your most serious competition. These Nords are simple folk after all, and too easily swayed by the sight of fine clothes and a purse full of septims. Now I will conclude this work by wishing you great success in your pursuits of women and wine. Spare a moment in your revels to think of me, your humble author, and the risks I've taken to bring you this most thorough report on all things Again, I'm pretty sure that's a typo. Oh, man, guys. I'm not a copy editor. I would never, ever, like, try to sell myself as a copy editor to get a job, okay? But I feel like I'm better than whatever slapdash guy had to do this, because I'm pretty positive that's a typo. An all thing of interest to the discerning gentleman in the grand city of White. I think it should be things. Spare a moment in your revels to think of me, your humble author, and the risks I've taken to bring you this most thorough report of all things of interest, I think. I might be wrong. I'm no, like I said, I'm no grammarian or whatever. I don't even know what the word is for a guy who's a grammar expert. So I'm certainly not one myself. But that sounds wrong to me, and I'm pretty sure it is wrong anyway. But I will not... Wait, why am I... I'm doing a different... I was like a... I don't know what voice that was. But I will not lie and say that it was all hardship after all. Who could want to sleep alone in such a cold and hard land as this? Not I. Wow, that book ruled. That book's like The Game or whatever by that fucking mystery guy that was on the that show about like how to pick up chicks, like how to confuse women by wearing like large, loud clothing and then you can have sex with them. They'll be superficially interested in you, and then you can have sex with them. I think it was called like The Game or something like that, but that might be something else. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how much more I can read. I feel like I've got like another couple in me though. I just want to think. I mean, that book really filled me with energy. It filled me with like, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with me? I should be fucking everybody in town, just like this book says. Good for her. All right. Good for you. Okay. What else does this town have to offer me? Been in here, been in the Riverwood Trader, went in this freaking place. I talked to the chicken. I went, now they're like, as soon as they left, like, lock the fucking door. That weirdo that was in here reading our books for like an hour, fucking lock the door. Okay, well, I think I read every damn book in town here. Hey, Stump. Hod and Girder's house. Shit. I guess I should go sleep in the inn, and then I don't want to break into anyone's house. Do I? Do I? Maybe I do. Actually, maybe I do. I think I'm sneaky enough that I could go in here, read the books in their house, and they wouldn't even... Oh, I have the key to their house. It doesn't even fucking matter. No, I'm not no trouble at all. No trouble at all. Everything's fucking totally cool, man. I just want to read your books. I just want to read your shit. Oh, my stomach. Ugh. Sorry.
I told you my sister would help us out.
Yeah, your sister's pretty cool. No. That's... Oh, here we go. Fjorgi and Roll... Fury and Holger... Of Fury and Holger... Fury... Oh, this is gonna be so much fun to read. If these two guys are major characters in this is gonna be great. Oh shit! A gentleman's guide. That's what it was. I keep forgetting I have to write down the books I've read. How many have you done so far? 2. It's Whiterun, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 and 10. 10 books. I'm gonna walk with my fucking chest out like, yeah, I read 10 books today. I read 10 books in one day. I'm crazy, man. This book, and I read this book too. It was called of Fajori and Holgear. And Holgear. Fajori and Holgear. Or as Fjord and Bolger, as it was corrected to in my phone. Fjord and Bolger. In her 29th summer of life, Fiori, the huntress, met the warlord Holgear on the field of battle. None remember what they fought over, for their love to come was so great it overshadowed all rivalries or disputes. They fought to a standstill as their followers looked on, till her sword broke his axe and his shield dulled her blade, and all could see that they were equals. As the eagle finds its mates, so too did Fiori find hers in Holgear, and a time of peace came to the clans of the forest. But as the summer's warmth gives way to winter's chill, so too would this peace pass. But the snake came and bit Holgear. Wait, what? That seems all of a sudden a snake is involved. But the snake came and bit Holgear. Its venom seep. Oh, the snake is a metaphor. I see. The snake is a metaphor. Its venom seeping deep. Oh, God damn it! No. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. They didn't seem to see that. I don't know how. Okay. I'm gonna drop this book. See? I'm putting the book down. I'm gonna read it, but I'm gonna leave it there. I did not mean to pick it up. But the snake came and bit Holger, its venom seeping deep into the wound. A wail greeted Fiori's review as she came over the snow-covered mountains to the coast. She obtained an elixir from Akavir and returned to the forest. And he said, no, it was a snake, I think. I don't know. This one's confusing. I feel like it's a highly symbolic text that I'll probably have to read several times before I understand it. Though Holger could smell the winds of Sovngarde, she gave him the elixir and he was cured in an instant. But the snake bit Fiori as she poured the last drop into Holger's mouth, and fatigued from her journey, she joined the ancestors immediately. Holger's grief was such that he built a tomb and upon completion took his own life that he might rejoin her. What a tragic tale. Wow. Raloff.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Why were you being executed?
Seriously? You don't know? That was Ulfric Stormcloak himself.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't pay much attention to current events.
Oh, right. They said you were captured crossing the border.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of Ulfric. He's our leader. The leader of the Stormcloaks.
What cloaks? Who are the Stormcloaks?
Surely, even down in Cyrodiil, people have heard news.
You'd be very impressed by what I don't know. You'd be very impressed by what I don't know.
I'm tired of spending our blood fighting the Empire's wars. And paying for the Empire's decadence with our taxes. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He's leading the fight to drive the Empire out of Skyrim.
Alright, take it easy, take it easy. How did you end up as Imperial prisoners?
I was assigned to Ulfric's guard. We were on our way to Darkwater Crossing in the south of Eastmarch. The Imperials were waiting for us. As pretty an ambush as I ever saw. We were outnumbered 5-1 at least. Ulfric ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Talos guide you.
Okay. I thought you were going to kick my ass. Hod, what's up?
So you saw a dragon, did you? Tell me, what was it like? As big as a house?
Much bigger than that. As big as the inn.
Well,
I'll be.
A sight to see. Not that I actually want to see one, understand. I hope that dragon stays far away from here. Got business here in Riverwood, eh?
What do you think about the war?
I've got enough to worry about.
Your wife sleeps with her eyes open.
I don't concern myself with such matters.
Is your wife okay?
All right.
Girder.
Be careful.
Okay, is she dead? I thought she was like, Girder, you're not doing a very good job of pretending you're sleeping. He's like, I think she's dead. I think that poor young woman is dead. Okay, good. Go on. What can you tell me about Riverwood?
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes.
Okay.
All right then.
Well, there's a book behind you. So Olaf and the Dragon. Here we go. Book number 11 of Read Everything in Skyrim mode. Let's see. Olaf and the Dragon. Olaf and the Dragon. By Donato Liotelli. Molto bene. Molto bene. Bene. One of the more colorful legends in Nord folklore is the tale of Olaf One-Eye and Numinex. Long ago, in the First Age, a fearsome dragon named Numinex ravaged the whole of Skyrim. The dreadful drake wiped out entire villages, burned cities, and killed countless Nords. It seemed that no power in Tamriel could stop the monster. This was a troubled time in Skyrim's history, for a bitter war of secession raged between the holds. The Jarls might have been able to conquer the beast if they had worked together, but trust was in desperately short supply. The skillful warrior named Olaf came forward and promised to defeat the beast. In some accounts, he is the Jarl of Whiterun. In other versions of the legend, Olaf promises the people of Whiterun that he will capture the monster if they will name him Jarl. At any rate, Olaf ventures forth with a handful of his most trusted warriors and seeks the beast out, eventually finding Numinex in his lair atop Mount Athor. Needless to say, it's an epic battle. First, Olaf comes at the dragon with his axe and his shield. Some variants of the legend say that Olaf and the beast battled with blade and claw for days, but were too evenly matched for either to gain an advantage. Most accounts hold that Olaf, perhaps frustrated that his weapons are completely ineffectual against the dragon, finally casts him aside. Giving voice to the rage that has been building within him, Olaf unleashes a terrible shout. Here again, the stories diverge. Many accounts hold that Olaf did not realize he possessed the power of dragon speech, while others suggest that he had long possessed this gift, but wished to test himself against the dragon in martial combat first. Virtually all variations of the legend, however, agree on what happens next. Using the awesome powers of the dragon language, Numinex and Olaf engage in an epic shouting duel atop Mount Athor. So forceful are their words, they are said to shatter the stone and split the sky. Finally, Numinex collapses from a combination of injury and sheer exhaustion. Somehow, and this detail is conspicuously absent in virtually every account, Olaf manages to convey the dragon all the way back to the capital city of Whiterun. The people of Whiterun are suitably impressed with Olaf's hostage. They build a huge stone holding cell at the rear of the palace, which they rename Dragon's Reach. This enormous cell serves as Numinex's prison until his death. Olaf himself eventually becomes Olaf himself eventually becomes the High King of Skyrim, putting an end to the War of Secession. Presumably, his great deed made him the only leader upon whom all the people could agree, and so the land once again has peace. As a visitor to Skyrim, I find this tale both fascinating and highly entertaining. It is one of the most celebrated legends of the Nords, and one can easily understand why. It's a story of surpassing heroism in which a resourceful and worthy Nord does battle with a truly terrifying adversary and emerges victorious by yelling him into submission. The only way in which this could have been even more of a Nordic tale would be if Olaf beat Numinex in a drinking contest. The legend is not without its doubters, however. The bard Svaknir, who lived during Olaf's reign, wrote and performed an alliterative verse that challenged Olaf's version of events. Enraged, the High King threw the rebellious bard in prison and destroyed all written copies of the verse. How I would love to lay hands on a copy of that verse. I admit I'm immensely curious to know what assertions Svaknir made about how Olaf really defeated Numenex. There are a few ancient bard texts that provide one possible answer. These tomes suggest that Numenex was particularly foul-tempered because he was extremely old. In these accounts, the dragon spends his final years terrorizing the countryside before flying off to the top of Mount Athor to die in peace. When Olaf finds Numenex, the dragon is too weak to defend himself. Olaf and his men capture the beast without effort, but decide to take advantage of the situation by fabricating a heroic tale. It is worth noting that all of Olaf's warriors who were said to witness the shout duel went on to become wealthy leaders during Olaf's reign as High King. Highly suspicious, I say. However, it is equally likely that Svaknir had some grudge against Olaf, and his scandalous verse was an attempt to damage the High King's reputation. Alas, we will never know. I leave you now, good reader, with this gentle reminder. A good historian must remain impartial and consider all points of view. Time has a way of distorting our record of events, so the closer you can get to the original sources, the better.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
How long have I been doing this for? Jesus Christ, how long have I been doing this for? 2 hours! Oh my gosh, wow, that's very impressive. Let me see if there's anything else here. Hod. I'm gonna see if I can read every book in this fucking town first. And then I think we can call that a session completed of Read Everything Mode Skyrim Edition. I gotta say, this is harder than Death Stranding. There's a lot more of the fucking read in this game than Death Stranding, that's for sure. I think that's every damn building in this fucking little hamlet. The yak doesn't have anything. No. That's it, yeah. He's like, what do you want from me? Oh, no. Here's another house. Faendal. Okay. I'm going to save real quick because might cause a scandal by doing this. But hopefully they will understand that, you know, I mean no harm. I'm just breaking into your home because I want to find the books. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to wait until morning. I don't have the funds to sleep in a bed until morning. I just need to read. I need to read. He seems like he's pretty cool with it. Oh, you got all kinds of stuff in here. Killing Before You're Killed, Scourge of the Great. Oh, we got fucking 4 books to read. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I said I was going to try to read all the books in this town before I stopped. And I was not expecting to find 4 in this guy. This guy fucking loves to read. Oh my god, there's another one. Herbane's Bestiary, Ice Wraiths. I mean, do I not have integrity? The answer is I fucking do. All right? And we're going to do this thing right now. Ode to the Tundra Striders. To the Tundra Striders. The noble Tundra Striders. Sing the song of the Tundra Strider. Good, it's in verse. I was hoping it'd be verse. Oh, mighty Tundra Strider, how you and your mighty tusked beast silhouette against the great orange expanse. Thundering footsteps herald your herd, man and beast blazing trail together. At one in nature, each relying one upon the other more than just man and beast, but equals, who need one another to survive. How I long to run across the tundra in their mighty wake. That would truly be my greatest honor. The morning would be spent gathering dyes to paint our mammoths and to carve the fiercest images into their tusks. Then it would be time for the skeever hunt. Our clubs would rain down upon the rat pests, smashing the life out of them. In the evening could sit around the campfire, and I would regale those nearby with songs of their majesty and grace. They would let me sample of the mammoth's cheese, a food so foul yet with healing properties so great. We'd sneak on the roasted skeever we'd freshly caught that day before laying under the stars to sleep. I'd slowly fade to dream, nesting in the radiating heat of mammoth fur, its cold resisting properties keeping me snug. What a grand time we would have. Unknown. I like books like that. Scourge of the Grey Quarter. Something tells me this one's not going to be as short. Scourge of the Grey Quarter by Frigelth Horsebreaker. Frigelth. Frigelth. The tragedies befalling Morrowind do bring forth pity from even the stoutest Nordic heart. The Dark Elves deserve our condolences, but thus far they do not show themselves deserving of the simplest acts of charity. There are very different approaches to how to deal with the imminent problem of Morrowind, and I offer two options as seen in practice in Skyrim. One should serve as an exemplar and the other a cautionary tale. Consider Riften, which shares a border with the Ruined Province. A number of the Dark Elves have made their homes there, but they are expected to earn their livelihoods as is any other citizen of the great city. They ply trades as merchants, work in the temple, and serve in the keep. Honest labor to be admired from a race that was so recently in such dire straits as to even warrant this discussion. Today the city has its share of problems, but they are not traceable to any influx of outsiders in their presence. In short, the Dark Elves have properly assimilated themselves into the Skyrim way of life to be expected from any newcomer to these lands. For an alternative approach, we only have to look at the once proud city of Windhelm to see what could happen when our arms are cast too wide open and welcome. To think that the city of Ysgramor, whose very name was made in driving out the elves from our sacred home, would open itself as a welcome destination for any refugee from the smoking sulfur is a disgrace to the very idea of being a Nord. And what has become of this? Predictably, the lazy, discontented rabble has descended into squalor in an area now delicately referred to as the Grey Quarter of the city. They were not expected to contribute and so have not. That they attempt to make over a proud Nord city into a little pocket of Morrowind is insulting enough, but the amount of unrest they have provoked, even within the proper city walls, should give any other Jarl reason to fear. The Nords I talk to in the city speak of constant strife and crime coming from the Grey Quarter, with no respite in sight. The city guard barely patrol there, leaving the Dark Elves to met out whatever passes for justice and their native customs. The respectable families of the city, the Cruel Seas, the Shatter Shields, speak with an almost parental affection of the Argonians in their employ, but the Dark Elves have made no effort to ingratiate or assimilate themselves to the proper city dwellers. There is cause for optimism, though, as Jarl Ulfric is not nearly so tolerant of these substandard beings as his fathers were. Indeed, it looks like soft. The soft hand of Hoag can be seen in the city's Argonian population as well. The fishmen, at least, have learned how to best contribute to their new home. They've proven themselves as models, toiling at the docks with utmost efficiency and bright smiles. It would do the Dark Elves well to pay heed to their scaly cousins. I would expect in due course that they will find themselves either contributing more directly or once again wandering the land in search of roof and warmth. Wow. Wow, what an ugly screed. Anyway, moving on. pension of the ancestor moth. What on earth? Huh? Pension of the ancestor moth. I'm as intrigued as I am confused. No, I didn't mean to steal it. Shit. You didn't see that, right? You didn't see that, right? Oh, good. He's in the land of Nod. He has no clue what's happening in his house. Oh, Jesus. No. We don't need to do that. Okay. Okay, I'm taking the book. I drop it on the floor. Okay, I put it in front of me in a neutral area, just to indicate that I have no intention of taking it with me. I just want to read it. Okay. Pension of the ancestor moth. What the fuck are you talking about here? To be read by all novitiates. Novitiates? I think that's what I'm not familiar with that term. Novitiates. To be read by all novitiates of the temple. First, we have to hack out a gob, then we can read it. The order of the ancestor moth is as ancient as it is noble. We nurture and celebrate our beloved ancestors whose spirits are manifest in the ancestor moths. Each moth carries the firen of an ancestor spirit, loosely translated as the will to peace. Will to peace, the firen can be sung into the silk produced by the ancestor moths. When the silk is in turn spun into cloth and embroidered with the genealogy of the correct ancestor, clothing of wondrous power can be made. Adepts of our order are gifted with prescient powers. The wisdom of the ancestors can sing the future into the present. For this reason, our order and our order alone has been given the privilege to interpret the Elder Scrolls. These writings exceed even the gods, both Aedra and Daedra. Such insight into the inner fabric of reality comes at a price. Each reading of the Elder Scrolls is more profound than the last. Each leaves the priest blind for longer and longer periods of time. Finally, the last reading achieves a nearly sublime understanding of that scroll's contents, but the priest is left permanently blinded to the light of this world. No longer can he read the scrolls. This monastery is dedicated to the service of these noble members of our order. They now live out their lives with the ancestor moths that they so love. Their underground demesnes are well suited to the moths. They raise and nurture the fragile creatures, singing to them constantly. They harvest the silk and spin it into bolts of cloth. They weave the cloth, embroidering it with the genealogies and histories of the ancestors that spun the silk. This is their new life. As they tend the ancestor moths, so we tend the blind monks. While they toil in the dark, we serve in the light. They need food and water, we provide. They need tools and furniture, we provide. They need secrecy and anonymity, we provide. They need purveyors to sell the fruit to their labors, we provide. We need the purveyors to sell the fruit of their labors, we provide. That's what I meant to say. At one time, we also provided protection. Many generations ago, Gudrun came to our temple, newly blinded by visions of what was to be. She brought with her new teachings. The visions of the ancestors foresaw the need of the monks to defend themselves. They train and practice the teachings of Gudrun constantly. They are masters of the sword of no sword, the axes of no axe. Wow. As a novitiate, you will learn the teachings of Gudrun. You will learn the way of the peaceful fist. You will learn to serve the blind monks. You will learn to provide. In time, you may attain the peace and insight of the ancestor moths. Wonderful. All right. Killing before you're killed. All right. By Eduardo Corvus. Killing before you're killed. I've seen many a man rush headlong into battle only to have their life cut short in an instant. I have been a trainer of the warrior arts for many spans, cut from the cloth of a great lineage of knights, blades, and even a distant sellsword or two. It's with this knowledge that I'll try to pen a brief treatise on the subtle art of war. Not mage fire, not archery, or criminal throat-slitting, but war, man on man, with nothing but a fine bit of steel between them. That's my kind of guy. The first thing you'll need to learn is how to block. The best way to not get killed is to not let the other man hit you. Makes sense to me. Use a shield, use it well. Now, you'll get tired from this. You may even get a little hurt, but a blocked blow is much better than a landed one. Over time, you'll get better, eventually shrugging off even the mightiest of hits. But beware, your foes, if they're not base or curb bandits, will know how to counter you. They'll hit you with everything they've got in order to open you up and keep on hitting, so watch for these powerful attacks. While it's still better to absorb the impact with a quarter-inch of steel, it's best to try to just step out of the way. Remember, against spells, your blocking is useless until you're trained. So get up on mages quickly and let them eat steel. Deserves them right for using a witch weapon, fucking A. You come at me like a man, alright? You can also block without a shield as well. Just cross that blow with your sword, though this isn't nearly as effective. If you decide you're fancying one to wield two blades, you can't block at all, so don't even try. Without both hands on the hilt, you just don't have the strength to counter blows. But with a weapon in each hand, you are much more likely to take your opponent down quickly. The best defense, some say. To wield the blade, there are some fundamentals. Quick strikes are always good, but can be repelled, so watch for your opponent's own defensive postures. Wait for an opening or create one with your own heavy attacks. Hammers hit hardest but are slow. Same with maces and all blunt weaponry. Axes are a nice middle ground, while swords are the quickest but won't stagger your opponent as efficiently with the hard hits. Jesus. Keep an eye not to get too exhausted. That's a weird thing to say. Keep an eye Keep an eye not to get too exhausted. Always try to save a little of your strength to counter blows or even run. Keep moving during a fight. Never let yourself get cornered or surrounded. Pick your threats. Weak spellcasters that can hurt you quick are the first things I fell. The shield is not only a defensive tool. Put your shoulder into it and bash your opponent. This sends them flying and opens them up for quick counter assaults. Even better, put extra weight into it and power bash your opponent. If they're small, this will put them on their knees. Bigger opponents cannot be staggered by heavy attacks. Only the power bash will really knock them around and create openings for you to exploit. So again, block, counter, bash. Hit them when they're down. They'll show no mercy, so why should you? Battle is about offense, about catching your foe early and never relenting. Keep moving, keep swinging. If you consider yourself overly powerful, pick up a two-handed weapon and see your foes fall before you like wheat stalks. They're slow and unwieldy, but they'll shatter bones and cleave flesh better than anything. The graves are filled with many mediocre swordsmen. If you don't have the stomach for war, try a monk's work. But if you do travel the path of the warrior, learn the basics and keep your head firmly planted on your shoulders, or someone's bound to lop it off. Lop? I thought it was lop. I guess it's lob. I thought lob was like throw, and lop was like chop. Lop, chop. Lob, throb. Right? I thought that was what the mnemonic device taught me, but I guess it was all fucking wrong and stupid. Horker. Oh, we got another one. Herbane's Bestiary, Ice Wraiths. Ice Wraiths. All right. 17 last seed. When winter's chill descended upon me as I traveled further north through the frozen plains and mountains, I settled in at the inn at Dawnstar for a moment of respite and a warm meal. Another traveler there told me to be cautious, that there are creatures who settle into the powder white of the snow with nary a clue of the careless until it is too late. Clue to the careless until it is too late. He went on and on with wild gestures and fantastic tales of entire merchant expeditions being killed by the beasts. His stories frightened the other inn patrons, but I will not be turned by a coward's tale. I will see these for my own eyes, for those icy caves and snow-capped peaks of the north are exactly the type of places that call to an adventurer like me. It did not take me long to find what I sought. These ice wraiths are lucid, serpentine creatures of magic, and they're very, very annoying, as if conjured from the frozen tundra and glaciers of Skyrim itself. At one with an environment that makes them nearly invisible, these ethereal apparitions are the death of many Nords, if not by their sudden unholy strike that casts their entire body through their target, then by the malady of Witbane, a curse of infection that dulls the intellect and makes the target even more the victim. As deadly as they are, ice wraiths are simple-minded in their determination, and combat is a straightforward affair in brute force and with as a term to combat is a straightforward affair, and brute force and a sharp blade are enough to fell these savage creatures. Only the hardiest of men would hope to survive just one of these beasts, but I have slain two with general ease. It's good that I have found I can take. It's good that I found that I can make decent coin selling the ice wraith's teeth, as they are a prized ingredient in alchemical potions. That will continue to afford me the opportunity to search these lands for a challenge worthy of story, for I have yet to see what would make me tremble. Careful what you wish for, buddy.
Did I see you talking to Sven?
What's your problem with Sven?
He's a bard, so he says. Occasionally, he finds time to do his job here at the mill. Thinks his ballads and sonnets are going to convince Camilla Valerius to marry him. As if she would say yes. An intelligent, beautiful woman like her wouldn't fall for that nonsense. I hope.
Why don't you just kill him then? You're right. When have words ever inspired feelings of love?
I don't need your jokes right now. But maybe you have a point.
Yeah, maybe I have a point,
Maybe Camilla
motherfucker.
needs some
Yeah.
help seeing Sven for what he is. Could you give her this letter and say it's from Sven? I think I've matched that Nord's lack of cleverness perfectly.
This isn't the thing I like. Okay, yeah. This isn't the type of thing I really like to get myself involved in. I have to go.
Until next time.
Okay. I think that's. I think and I hope. I pray to Akatosh or whatever the fuck that's the last book in this damn town for now. But I need to make sure, because I am a man of my word. I am a man of integrity, and I said, oh, I think I can read every book in this damn town before I. What are you doing?
Did you really see a dragon?
Yes. Yes. Why is everyone implying I'm a liar? Yes, I saw a dragon.
Is tougher than you are.
You know what? I'm just going to leave before you say something that's going to get your ass in trouble, all right?
But don't get on my bad side.
Buddy? You don't know what a bad side looks like, all right? Why
Get
don't you just...
mad, and I'll prank you. And not a little, a lot.
I'm not going to say what's going to fucking happen to you if you prank me, all right?
Ugh, everybody around here is so serious.
Yeah, well, you know, serious business is about there's fucking dragons around, all right? These are serious times we live in, you fucking little
like to
punk
have a
ass.
little fun. So what?
You are growing up all wrong. You are growing up all fucking
Dorothy
wrong.
doesn't like my pranking. You're being mean, Frodnar. So what if I am?
You know what? I think I'm giving you everything you want by even just being in your company. You know what? You deserve to be alone, and alone you shall be. Goodbye.
But I ain't nobody's slave.
Goodbye, sir. Have fun with your pranking, as it were. Right, right. Yeah, I remember the girl's blue dress. I think that might be it. I think that might be it.
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine.
Dude, you have no idea. You have no idea. I'm not getting mixed up in this shit, but like, you watch out for that guy, okay?
Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories.
I'll just say this. He's trying to do stuff, okay? He's asking around for things to be done. with regards to this situation.
You should come hear me play at the Sleeping Giant Inn. For a small sum, you can even pick the song.
This town is so fucked up. Okay, I think I already went in there. Yeah, I went in there. I think that's it, man. Sleeping Giant Inn. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, this went great. For the first session of Read Everything Skyrim, we got one town down, only like fucking what? Like 700 more to go? 700,000 more locations to peruse to make sure that I've found all the books in them. Shouldn't be no big deal. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and this is the first step. This town and reading all the damn books in it, which I'm pretty sure I did, is the first step in that journey. We got to give a shout out to, usually the Uncle Game Boy show is a very lonely affair, and that's fine. It's a fun time regardless. But we gotta, I think it was New Age 1976. Holy hell, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for helping me find all the books I need to read. I never would have found at least like 2 or 3 or 4 of those books without your help. So thank you very, very, and of course, as soon as I say I'm going to leave, fucking people start watching it. Go away so I can fucking stop doing this. Now I got to go find more books. I was like, I'm done. I read all the books in this damn town. Now I can go get something to eat or something. I'm so hungry and I'm so tired from reading for like 3 hours. But if anyone's going to watch this, I'll go find some more damn books. Maybe New Age can help me find another book. I think I read all the books in that town. So now we got to go find another town for another books. It says to go this way. I'll go this way. How many books have we read so far? Let's see. 1, 2. 17 books so far. Not too bad. Okay. Oh, gee. Yeah. All right. There's other parts of this game. You fucking asshole. Fuck you. Anyway. But yeah. I think I'm gonna call it for now. But we'll be more reading, more Skyrim next time. Thanks so much for joining us. This has been the Uncle Game Boy Show. Skyrim Read Everything mode. I think it's a great idea. It's certainly a good enough reason to do a Twitch stream anyway. So thank you for joining us, and until next time, take care and bye bye.